You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
Kurupt.
The good brother Kurupt.
What's up, brother?
I'm trying to work it out.
Oh, you got to turn the mic. There you go.
One of the most underrated lyricists ever.
Absolutely.
I'm back home. I feel like I'm home, man. You understand me, man. You know, we done partied many times.
Absolutely.
In New York.
Yes, sir.
Is it always surreal coming back to New York, being that you were one of the survivors of the East Coast, West Coast beat?
Man, totally. You know, it's always surreal, man.
Can we fix Kurupt's mic? Can you fix his mic? Give him correct.
Right. Cause
They got his mic all over the place.
I mean, are we in there now?
Hold on.
There we go. There we go.
Come on, man. Support your Philly people. She from Philly. She from Philly, too.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You know, we already chopped it.
So now we talk about the East Coast, West Coast, but you're originally from Philly.
I is.
And now, how did you get to the West Coast from Philly?
Just, you know, just something simple like crash my mama car. Real simple.
Oh, you crashed her car, so she was like, all right, you going
Oh, you got to go.
Oh. So you like the real Fresh Prince for real.
For
you
real.
moving in with your mom.
I mean, for real. I, you know, crashed the car. Oh, you got to go. Sent me to my father. And the rest was history.
How old were you when that happened?
16.
Oh, so you was like you grew up in
You was a
Philly,
Philly
for real,
teen.
for real. Yeah.
That had to be shell
Was that a
shocking.
culture shock?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. You know, because growing up in Philly, we have a different thing. You know what I'm saying? So being in California, and they gangbanging, and, you know, I'm buying shoes that I really like. People like, I wouldn't wear those shoes, man.
Because of the color.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think I can wear the red Nikes.
You want to wear red Jordans.
Right, all of that, no. Because you know, my mama ain't had a cheese, so, you know, we was getting the Wildcats. You know, she was lacing my Chucks with these Wildcats and Buster Browns.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not very fashionable. You know what I'm saying? Burlington Coat Factory clothes and stuff. Now, my pops had that cheese, so he was getting the shell-toe Adidas with the fresh sweatsuit. You understand me? So I get the red and whites, the blue and whites. It didn't work.
So how'd you adjust? Like,
I didn't wear them colors. Yeah.
was it an incident that made you not do it, or somebody just told you? Or so you got somebody ran on you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, it's crazy because it was a little boy. He was a little boy. I just graduated because I already went through things in high school. You know what I'm saying? But I never had an incident. So I'm picking up my nephew from from intermediate school, Hawthorne Intermediate. And this little boy comes over, and he runs up on me. He said, "Hey, you, such and such said you need to take off your shoes." 'Cause I had on the all fresh blue Nikes, looking crispy, Philly style. I said, "No, I ain't taking off nothing, little boy. Get out of here now." He was like, "Huh? Okay." Went over there and told this little boy had to be, I'm 18. This little boy had to be like, 13? Rolled up on his bike and just shish. Like, blood, you got to take them shoes off. I'm like, who you talking to? I'm like, get on out of here, little boy, gone. I ain't taking off nothing. He said, what? I'm going to go to my house and grab my gun and come back and shoot you. And just rolled off. I was like, oh, man, anybody listening to this kid? I'm just waiting. And one of the little boys came over and said, he lives right over there.
He gonna come right back.
Right. Found out later on in life that this kid was a murderer from Hawthorne, Peru. Young kid. Right now, I'm probably doing what?
Life or dead.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I found out who he was later in life when I got connected in that community. That he was no joke, this little kid. And he did come back.
Did he shoot?
Oh, I was gone. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I was gone. I wasn't playing, man. You know, I grabbed I said, we're going to play a game. Okay, let's see who can get to the house faster. Come on. Come on now. You got to run. Come on, I'm going to help you.
Did you eventually have to claim a set, though?
Oh, yeah, I'm from 60s.
Okay. Rolling 6. All right, so that's Crips. All right.
Yeah.
So what did your father do? Because you said your father had the cheese. Your father had bread.
He was working with Bell Atlantic out here. And it transformed into AT&T. Okay. And then he moved with the company to California. He's from Philly.
Gotcha. Now, how did you end up?
I want to say, what made you join the '60s though? Was it a survival technique?
You know, you meet people.
Yeah.
And I met my brother Broomy, and my pop kicked me out at 18. You want to do this rap stuff? You want to do all this rap shit? Huh? Well, get your ass out. When I came back, I went to the club, rocked the mic, came back. He had my bags, he had my clothes all in 2 trash bags. He just threw them out the door and closed the door. Said, "He's all yours, Broomy."
Damn.
Yeah, that quick.
I was wondering how did you get to the area of the 60s? Because if your pops had bread, you wouldn't be growing up in that area.
Pop said, "Get out." So Broomy said, "All right, come on, you're going to come live with me." We stayed with him and his girlfriend for a while, and then went to the neighborhood, 2nd Ave, and then that's where his mama was. Then 59th over there with Tony Tobin. It was over.
In that era, could you have remained neutral if you wanted to, or it just wasn't possible?
Wasn't possible.
Wasn't possible at all.
Wasn't possible. I mean, you probably could, right? Because, my community loved me. The neighborhood loved me. Plus, my brother was, Big U, my brother's draws.
Salute to Big U.
Right. So, it really wasn't that, really wasn't a problem for me to just remain cool but you just don't want to. You want to be with your folks. You want to be involved. I remember it saved my life because I got in the car to go on one of them missions and Draws pulled up, and he got out and he just looked at me like, "What are you doing, Kurupt?" I said, "I'm finna roll with the homies," and he just laughed. Said, "Come on, get out the car." Grabbed me by the collar and just get your little ass in the studio. Y'all going to get out of here.
So they knew you rapped from the gate.
Oh yeah.
So you was rapping in Philly.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's trying to get you to spit your gum out,
spit
man.
your gum out.
Oh,
Your Lord have mercy, Taylor. You just want to be on camera because he's from Philly. That's all.
That's all right. It's all right.
How did you meet Snoop and Daz, and how did that relationship happen? The Snoop and the Dog Pound. How did that happen?
Oh man, back then I was killing Los Angeles. Los Angeles was mine, so I'm the top one in Los Angeles.
Rapper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You was cheating coming from Philly.
Exactly. Oh yeah, definitely. My skills was a little bit sharpened.
Mm-hmm.
So I won this contest at the Roxy on Sunset, and then the next week I came back as a guest, and Domino had a performance there.
Domino,
remember
man,
Domino?
I heard that name forever.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So, me and all the homies was there in support for Kurupt, so LA's there, and then you have all of Long Beach there in support for Domino.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just all met up in that driveway, and, Diamond back then was just mouth of the South. All she did talk about Kurupt. Kurupt. I see y'all Long Beach. Y'all all right, but y'all can't mess with Kurupt. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, the battle started. Beefy Loke started beatboxing. I just started to cut people into bits and pieces. And this one guy just crept through like, "Okay, I'll serve you." And it was Snoop. And we just went at it, back and forth. Nobody could see my freestyles, man. I'm just ridiculous, especially when I was a kid. Dog was there. I said, "Oh my God," because he was hitting with this California freestyle thing, but he was there. And we went on until finally he just changed the subject to "You tight, I'm tight," and we started rapping together, and whoever get the deal first. And that was it, man. And, thank God Dog made it, and he remembered me.
He kept his word.
Did you ever have to tell people you was from Philly? Or did you rep the 60s, like when you was out there on stage and stuff like that?
Oh, when I was on the stage, it was just Kurupt. Draws really didn't want me banging the neighborhood too heavy.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? It's more of those things like you're going to be a basketball player. You're going to take us out the hood. You know what I'm saying? But no, it was more or less just Kurupt. You know what I'm saying? Not more. Back then, it wasn't about what, coast you was from or all of that. I did let them know Los Angeles, California, though. But.
Do you think that the Death Row story is being told properly?
I ain't seen it yet.
So, I'm talking about out of everything, like the Tupac movie and the one the Death Row Chronicles BET did, or even the documentaries. Do you think it's being told properly?
As much as they can. I think that they're hitting some fine key points. A lot of stuff that wasn't explained or told. I think it was wise to keep out. But at the same time, I think they told as much as they can, touching on certain subjects. And you really can't get everything to a T. So there's things that probably have been, tampered with to make more sense rather than be real. You know what I mean? So you don't think that you don't think the true story should be told?
Might be too real for TV.
It can't be. Definitely too real for TV.
You know, when you were going through the East Coast, West Coast stuff, how did you feel with you originally being from Philly and being there 16 years of your life? And I know you still have family there, and you got the Philly slang. Everybody knew you were from Philly just the way that you rap.
I didn't know that.
Everybody did.
Man, whenever they talk about West Coast lyricists, and I be like, man, you got Kurupt, you got Roz Kaj, you got Exhibit, you got Cube. Like, I'm talking about lyricists.
Right.
First thing people say, Kurupt from Philly.
Yeah. Back in the days, you knew
I didn't know then, though.
He was just rapping his ass off.
Yeah, well, you know, that was a little thing for me. But, you know, I'm Los Angeles, you know what I'm saying? That's what raised me as a man. Mm-hmm. Philly was my youth, and then, you know, California was my manhood. So I was growing to become a man through the Death Row experience, and we was fighting for a reason. We was fighting for a cause. So, you know what I'm saying? It really wasn't no thinking, because it wasn't no East Coast, West Coast war. You know, it was just, you know, it was individuals who had issues from these particular areas. You know what I mean? You know, Biggie and Pac had an issue. Puffy and Suge had an issue. That's not the East Coast or the West Coast. The East Coast and the West Coast just stayed down with the people who they, you know, who was from their side.
Right.
As far as me and Snoopy and Daz and us, you know, we only did what we did because we got dumped on.
Yeah, but y'all put the gas on the fire when y'all did the New York
y'all
video,
stepped on the buildings.
kicking down the building.
Y'all stepped on the buildings, Kurupt.
I mean, because we got dumped on.
By Mobb Deep, right? No,
Nah.
CNN first.
No.
Who was it first?
See, we put out this, we set this shit off. Not Tupac, he was in jail when we did New York, 95.
And why did y'all set it off?
We set it off because we got shot at.
At the video.
At the video.
So Red Hook Brooklyn set it off.
Right.
Okay? We was there rocking. Biggie got on the radio, and Biggie basically was like, you know, we couldn't do this out there. I ain't saying do nothing to nobody in New York, but come on.
It's the truth, though.
By the way, though, I keep hearing that. I keep hearing about that interview, but I'm like, where's the audio of that? Everybody always talks about
I think
Biggie.
That was Angie Martinez, wasn't it?
Yeah, everybody said
he
Biggie got on the radio and decided it
shout
a little bit.
Rube, shout to all the Brooklyn cats.
Are you shouting out the shooters?
No,
What's wrong with you?
Not at all. I didn't.
Oh.
Not at all. But shout to Junior Mafia and all them back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, you know, man, you know, it's the law of the streets, man. You know, we took it in stride. The song was really taken out of, you know, text.
Context.
Right, because, you know, it's a Melly Mel record. It wasn't even a chorus. I laid the verse. Snoopy came in singing that hook while me and DJ Pooh and Dad was in the studio. And DJ Pooh was like, hold on, whoa. Let me hear that again. And he kept singing it. And DJ Pooh said, go lay that. So it's just out the blue. It just fit. It was great. We thought we was going to get a lot of love from New York. When we came, that's why we came to New York. We thought if we thought that New York was going to be thinking this was a diss, we'd have never had the balls to come out here. I mean, I know we death row and all, but goddamn, we'd have never came out here to shoot the video.
So it wasn't meant for it. So, I don't think nobody ever knew that.
Yeah, so it's weird. So that shooting happened, but Pac was in jail, so why was there a beef then?
Because we kicked over them buildings. He knocked that shit down.
So I'm confused. So
my bad,
so I'm confused. The shooting happened, and then I thought y'all kicked over the buildings after the shoot.
Right. We was filming
in
Red Hook, Brooklyn, and we was in a trailer, and you just seen psh, and then psh, and then we all looked at each other, and then psh, and Dog said, they shooting, cuz, bang, everybody got on the ground. The security opened the door and said, where's Snoop? Where's Snoop? All you heard was crickets. And he says, it's Frank. Snoop said, man, get the fuck off of me. Here I am. Man, let's get the fuck out of here, man. Let's go. Move. Get off me. Move. Stop touching me, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Got in that car. Was out. We went back to L.A. So sad. Real sad. Sitting at Snoop's house. Didn't even talk to each other for about a week. Real sad, man. Like, damn.
Why?
Man.
Why y'all sad at each other?
We got shot at. And there's nothing you can do about it. Now, that's the one that kills you. You know, New York, y'all be having snipers. People be on top of them rooftops and be like, oh, y'all want this, toot. And they sharpshooters, man. Y'all got some good shooters out here, because I don't know how you hit the window directly. Yip, yip.
Nobody got hit though.
Nobody got hit, thank God.
And then so y'all decided.
And we was just sitting there, and one day Snoop woke up and said, man, get up. Called DJ Pooh and say, man, check this out, man. We finna kick over every building in New York. What? DJ Pooh said, huh? What? It's over. And they came up with the concept, and we just had to respond. It was the only way to respond. We don't know who it was. It was no particular person. It was just New York.
See, that's what I'm confused about. If the buildings got kicked over after the shooting, why did they shoot at y'all to begin with? Just because Biggie said they shouldn't be here doing that?
Basically, because it's like, it's like Envy said, people already took the record as.
Got you.
New York, big city of dreams.
This
Everything
record.
in New York ain't always what it seems.
That's so interesting though, because people go to LA and do movies. They go to do TV. I'm sure they was doing that in that era. They was making appearances.
But they get permission back then. You wasn't gonna go into anybody's hood and shoot a movie in LA or shoot a video in LA.
And we, it was Red Hook, Brooklyn. We don't know nothing about, Brooklyn, this, that, and the third. I mean, we was just here, and we was filming, and we thought it was cool, but Red Hook wasn't going for that. If Biggie say, man, this is not right, you know what I'm saying? Red Hook's Brooklyn itself is going to react. We was kids. We didn't know. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's shoot. We're going to have all the New York rappers in the video with us. That's why we was on Times Square. We gave a shout out to everybody to come and be in the video with us. This is from L.A. to New York. This is our dedication to you guys. We finally going to earn New York's respect. That's all we wanted was New York's respect.
Damn.
We finally going to win it, man. We going for the gusto because nobody can deny this record. It's Kurupt's solo record on the Dog Pound album. It's just all Kurupt. I'm like, I made it. This is all I wanted was this respect. Doom, 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 damn. Oh, my God. Oh, this ain't respectful.
You think a lot of those issues stem from the fact that you was dating Foxy at the time and she was a young lady from New York?
Inga wasn't even in the picture. I think Inga had to be, 12?
Now, Inga wasn't at that time. Inga was about 5 years later.
Yeah,
Got
usually,
you.
Today's a birthday, too, by the way.
Well, happy birthday, Inga Dell, and please believe it.
But you had issues later with New York artists because of Inga. I remember you and X had a verbal spar. Well, you seemed like you was giving him X more bars than he gave you.
Yeah, well, love hurts. I got a little, you say things, sometimes you give the best advice and don't listen to it yourself.
Don't love these hoes.
Next thing you know, you the one that's out there doing exactly what you tell everybody else don't do. Like, man, didn't you tell us not to do this? What happened to a housewife and all the rest of that shit? Huh? Wait, whoa. This ain't a hoe. This is my woman. Snoop was like, Kurupt, sit your ass down, okay? You ain't learned from the last shit. You sit your motherfucking ass down.
And you bought her a big rock.
I mean, I love the kid.
You bought her a huge rock.
I can't lie. I've never been involved with somebody like that before. She amazed me. Her rhymes was sick. That was one part that amazed me. Like, that was some hip hop thing. I ain't seen nothing like this since Pepper and
Tretch.
Prince Marky D. I mean, from the Fat Boys, yeah, Prince Marky D back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. I ain't seen nothing like it. I only heard about it in all throughout Philly because that's the hip hop time. Philly, all we get is the New York stories. And I'm finally a part of this with the #1 girl. I felt she was #1 from New York, man. Inga, nobody could see her. She's Foxy Brown. Jesus Christ. When I called home and told them, yeah, my girlfriend's Fox, man, Philly went nuts. I couldn't believe they loved that more than they loved the fact that I was Kurupt.
Did you write for her at all?
No, Inga, her pen was sick. You know what I'm saying? They say other people wrote for her. I can see that, but one thing about Inga, I guess you could say she learned because when I was with Inga, she was writing everything. I was there from the beginning of Il Nana, right after she did Touch Me, Tease Me. So, I was there from the beginning.
So was you and X issue actually over her?
Totally.
Oh, so X was messing with her when y'all was together?
Totally.
Damn.
And I got offended. Yeah, I did.
That was your girl.
I got offended at both of them. I got offended at everybody.
How'd you find out?
Oh, man, I'm Gotti. You know what I'm saying? People gonna call. Man, Rick, you know Foxy and DMX was in the studio. Foxy and DMX, this and that. Oh, okay, yeah. My people's gonna tell me. Then they see him out doing some other things that's not the studio. And it's like, I talked to Inga. One thing all of us can relate to, when a person is defensive, and you just ask a simple question, and they go on fire, it's self-explanatory. Like, man, what's up with this and what's up with that? What do you mean what's up with that?
I just like his music.
Yeah.
I just like his album.
You all over. Then she took one of my concepts. We was going to make a record called The Dog and the Fox.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she went and did it with Earl. So I was like, oh, man. You know what? This is getting outrageous. Then Nas didn't approve of us at first. He got it on XXL, and XXL responded to Foxy and Kurupt. And, was like, kind of like, she should be with somebody from New York, so he wasn't really dissing, but he wasn't approval of her being with Kurupt.
Mm-hmm.
So I just felt like New York just picking on me, man.
They shot at you.
They just try
to take your girl.
They picking on me. I can understand they mad because we ain't have such a great beginning. Now that I got Inga, she's number one. It's like Inga's with the guy who was kicking over the buildings and created this mess. Fox, what are you doing? It's like, no. So, everybody picking on me. I said, I'm just going to go back to California. And I'm going to give everybody a piece of my mind.
Did you and X ever get cool after that?
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed. Actually, it was a year ago. And I seen him in the airport. LAX. My brother Hump came over to me and said, man, DMX over there. I said, where? He's like, he's right over there. I'm going to go tell him you come to holler at him. I said, definitely. He went over there, and then I went to go see him. And we've been cool ever since, man.
Yo,
it took y'all 20 years?
20 years.
God damn.
Wow.
20 years. And come to find out, man, he was real cool. We had a great conversation, and we've been flying it out ever since.
X is a cool dude.
Did you ever forget Fox?
Huh?
Did you ever forget Fox?
I mean, no.
He said no.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, what happened at the?
Hold on, man. Hold on. Why can't you find forgiveness for Fox in your heart, Kurupt?
I mean, because man, I do got forgiveness for her because she was young. I was young too, but
You was all the way in with the brothers, with the mom. You was all the way in.
I was all the way in. I love them, man. Miss Marchand and all of them, man. Pretty boy, but it's a lot of heartbreak there, man. Because I loved that kid. Ain't that what they say? Loved it. I
loved that.
Yeah, I loved that kid. And it ain't about I didn't forgive her, because it really was just anger about being embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? And I just went about it a very childish way and started all that mess. So it's still a little embarrassing today thinking about how I did exactly the opposite of what I preached.
Now there was always this video out of, I guess it was a Suge Knight barbecue, and Dog Pound got it in with Bone Thugs and Harmony
with the golf clubs,
and all types. What happened that day?
That was a Def Jam barbecue.
Oh, Def Jam barbecue.
Right, for
how high?
This is for the honeys. Right, this is for the honeys. I think it was this is for the honeys, and everybody was there, and it was Nate and Drayster from Ruthless. Those two got into it, and and they grabbed that golf club and gave him a good one. Pop. And then BG Knockout, his little brother, comes over from this side, and the twins got into it, and G-Dub was like, man, what's going on? And then Drayster got a hold of that golf club. He was finna give Nate one whack, and then the police came. Drayster's like, nah, he hit me. Why can't I hit him? It was a big fuss, man. We really couldn't go anywhere without having to prove ourselves or have to fight or have to stand up for what we said.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You just can't say things without having to stand up as a man for what you said.
We talked
So
about
it wasn't
that
really.
earlier.
It wasn't between Bone Thugs and Death Row, was it?
It was between Ruthless and Death Row.
Ruthless and oh, okay, now that makes perfect sense.
Yes, sir. It was between Ruthless Records and Death Row. Easy, Dr. Dre, Drayster, BG Knockout, Bone Thugs, Dogg Pound, Snoopy.
And how was Suge Knight back then? Was Suge, because, you know, we hear stories of Suge making artists do things and punching artists in the face and slapping artists.
I mean, you know, Suge was Suge. He didn't treat us like that. You know, he was always like a big brother to us. You know, he put us in there. He had that love for us, and he put us in the game. He supported us in every way. You know, Suge is the reason why Dog Food came out, because really it was Rage's turn to drop her record. Afro Puffs was so big.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Rage, you know, she was in the studio for so long, and then me and Daz just went to Suge and said, we're ready. And played a couple records, and he said, okay, cool. And then it was like Interscope basically was like, well, Warner doesn't want to put out the Dogg Pound album. They want to do strictly Snoop and Dr. Dre only for distribution. So we had to go. Suge said, all right, forget that. I'm going to take y'all over here to Priority. And that's why we was on Priority. So he supported us all the way.
Mm.
Everybody else was, I don't know, they was pretty much in trouble.
Mm. In trouble?
Yeah, they was in trouble. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's what Suge liked about us. You know, these were some big bloods, man. You know, they was the elders. They was draws in them age. So they was straight from the pen and huge. And we these little young Crips. We was just kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Just pop us on the head, get out of here. But they couldn't do that. They respected our cripping to a certain extent. Like, look at these little niggas.
Mm.
These boys solid. You know what I'm saying? They got heart.
Mm.
They over here standing with the big boys and riding it out on the street level. And Snoop's leading the parade, Snoop and Nate Dogg. You know what I'm saying? RBX and we just standing out with the adult, you know, gang society in Los Angeles, and Suge loved that about us.
Are all those old beef squashed because Suge has done some things to some people's lives that is like unchangeable. So are those old beef squashed?
You better believe it. I mean, I doubt it. You know, I doubt it is. You know, Suge had his opportunity to win, and he chose to. You know, a lot of people just stay stuck in time.
Mm.
The '90s is gone, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole new thing. So, you know, people got to change, and some people just don't want to change.
But if your man made me drink pee in the 90s, I may still be thinking about that in 2018.
I mean, if I would, if it was me, you understand me? Especially when he made everybody piss in the bucket.
What? So he made everybody piss in the bucket that he made? Now you got to explain the story, Charlamagne. People don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't know that. I never heard that one.
So,
I'm just saying.
so
Suge made everybody pee in a bucket.
Go for it, everybody.
And then who had to drink it?
He was one of the people that worked there, and he made that one mistake. You know,
What was the mistake he made?
something about that, something with the business. You know what I'm saying? Flights or rooms or something with some.
Oh, when somebody made a mistake, they would have to drink that pee.
Well, that was one method. This guy had to pee. Okay, they just, you know, Suge pop him up a little bit, pop, 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 then sit him down in the bathroom, and then where's the bucket? Get that bucket. You got to drink this, or I'm just gonna whoop your ass for real. Which one you want? Now come on now, time. You got to get ready to get on the stage now. Ooh, oh
my!
No, man, get
I'm
up
taking
and
that
fight.
apple.
Get up and
As
fight.
long as I ain't gonna die, I'm
Don't
good.
do
I'm taking
it.
that
Right,
apple,
get
man.
up and fight. He never came back around. Oh, he was fired.
So that was an artist or just an engineer or something?
He was a employee of the company.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
Oh yeah, man. Get up and fight, man.
I always wondered about that scene in the Straight Outta Compton movie when Dre got mad at everybody in the death row because the way they was acting in the lobby, and he just started beating up on the dude. Did stuff like that really happen?
Yeah, Dr. Dre wasn't no punk. You know what I'm saying? He got shot in both his legs when he knocked this one guy down. Something happened with Joel in the hotel, I think it was, and Dr. Dre gave him one. Boom! He had the one hit of quitters, but this guy didn't quit because he went down and he came back up. Doop, 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 and he got Dr. Dre in both the legs. But yeah,
Wow.
Dr. Dre would stand up when he was at Death Row. He wasn't no punk. He wouldn't let engineers might be getting treated a certain kind of way. Dr. Dre didn't like that. He ain't like that at all. Like, come on, dude, what are you doing, man?
Mm-hmm.
And he would take engineers out of. He would get them out of a situation, have to work with that particular individual, and he would try to smooth things out until finally he got fed up. Like, this ain't the type of environment that I want to be around.
That's crazy. Dre got shot in the legs back in the day, and we didn't hear nothing about it.
Oh yeah,
That should be front page news everywhere nowadays.
Absolutely.
What year was that?
That boy Suge was good. He knew how to keep things.
Mm-hmm.
That had to be what the Chronic was out.
Really?
Yeah, it's fresh.
So how did he just when it came time to perform and stuff, he just stayed home or
Oh no, back then we wrote our own checks.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because Chronic was number one in the game as far as G thing and the way it was rolling. So we wasn't even on tour like that when Dr. Dre got shot. So he had plenty of time to heal, get it together. He would be in the studio at his house and still be able to work and heal. And that's all he wanted to do anyway.
Is the guy alive that shot Dr. Dre? I'm sure he's not alive anymore.
You never know.
I always wondered what the difference between Dog Pound and Death Row.
Oh man, we just we have two different ways of thinking. Especially after we grew up, the Biggie situation was one of those particular things. Suge didn't like him, so he felt nobody should like him. But we always got down with Puff and Big, always. So we was caught in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the thing happened with Snoop. Snoop just got fed up. And when they went to the mall or wherever they went, Dog went to Hot 97. Hot 97. Man, I'm cool with Puffy and Biggie. This, that, and this, and the third. And they like, Pac, get on, listen, you hear your boy? And it was real bad after that. That's right before Pac got hit.
That was that. That sparked the infamous plane incident, right? Where Snoop was on the plane and didn't know if they was gonna jump him or whatever.
Oh, they knew better.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish Snoop would have came home touched. It'd have been bad.
So what happened? Tell the situation a lot of people might not know. Snoop and Pac were on a plane.
Well, Kurupt right here. Why I gotta tell a story?
You mentioned it. You mentioned it. So now what happened on the plane? They were on the plane going back to L.A.
Yeah, they was on a plane. Well, first of all, Pac and Suge ain't talked to him on the whole ride to the plane. Then when they got on the plane, Suge and them some big niggas, man. So, you want to be careful with them. So, Snoop just sat in the cut. He said what's up to Pac at first, and Pac looked at him like, man, get out of my face. So Snoop knew what it was, and he's like, I just want to land. Once I land, I'm going to get with the homies, and I'm cool. Until then, man, I'm just posted in the back.
That's a long-ass flight.
A long-ass flight.
Ooh,
You
especially
ain't sleeping on
around
that flight.
with these Grizzlies. I mean, Suge is a ticking time bomb, and Tupac he's a beast. Tupac could get up and punch a nigga quick, like fast, man. Bang!
Why did Snoop even get on the plane?
What other way was he getting out?
The next plane.
Oh no.
Oh, he was a superstar then. He couldn't get on the regular commercial plane.
Death Row politics. Death Row was like a gang. He came with Snoop, he came with Suge and Tupac. You leaving with Suge and Tupac. Okay? Now, you tried to catch another flight. Oh, man, you done. You know what I'm saying? It's a respect thing. And you had to ride it out. So, you know what I'm saying? You had to ride it out. Snoop rode it out. Got back with us, and that's when that fight was cracking. Championship fight, and he was like, "We going out there to Las Vegas," and Dog said, "We're not," And the main thing about the difference between Dog Pound and Death Row is we Crips and their Bloods, so there was sooner or later going to be that friction, sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? We live different lives. You know what I'm saying? And we wrote it out as far as we could. That's what made us historical to be able to show some unification between the Bloods and the Crips and show how we can win together, make money, feed families together, you know. It ain't just drama and just, you know, shoot 'em up, bang, bang, and just Bloods and Crips killing each other.
Right.
Like, we put our heads together, we can do something with ourselves, you know.
I always felt like that was such a great example for the West Coast, the fact that y'all worked together, Bloods and Crips, but it didn't last long at all. Death Row Run was like, what, 3, 4 years? 5 maybe?
A great 3, 4, 5 years.
Amazing.
It was a strong.
Oh, boy, was it.
Now how does it feel when artists like Eminem and Kendrick Lamar are saying that, you know, listening to you is how they got their style and you were an inspiration to them?
Oh, I love it. That's what I live for, you know, even more than the money was the respect, you know, coming from Philly and what I was taught about the mic, trying to be like my cousin Skippy G and following in the footsteps of Rakim. I just really wanted that respect and for people to know that I'm good and I'm one of the greatest MCs on this planet. My freestyles is just undeniable. So to hear that, it means it paid off. So the money's irrelevant and all the rest of it. Those are perks. The real thing is that respect that I get from MCs who are respected, like M and like, you know, Kendrick. It feels great.
Was it hard to respect other West Coast MCs back then? Because, I mean, West Coast MCs weren't the most lyrical. I mean, you felt their music, but they weren't, like, technically sound. Like, you only had a few that was, like, you know, like you, like I said, Rozcars, Exhibit.
Well, you know, there was a chosen few who was on
Cube.
that level, you know what I'm saying? Jail Felony, Razkaz. Of course, Cube, he was from that upper echelon. But, you know, that's where Kurupt came in at, because I took in a lot of pupils, and I also taught the West Coast how to merge the style. You know what I'm saying? And you can hear a lot of East Coast influence in the MC and the West Coast artists nowadays. Even like with Game, you can feel some
Phenomenal.
form of, you know, twist in there between, you know, East Coast and West Coast hip hop in this particular West Coast artist. It's the way he rhymes, you know what I'm saying? How he says his words, his pronunciations and enunciations, you know, it's all of that. You can hear it in there, you know what I'm saying? And that was the main thing Kurupt added to West Coast was to this you know, to add rhymes.
Did that ever bother y'all that nobody ever looked at Snoop as a lyrical MC? But if you break down a lot of his stuff, Snoop gets busy.
Well, you know,
Early
that's
Early
what,
Snoop,
yeah, that's what Kurupt was for. Everybody had their lane. Snoop's the star. So if anybody contested Snoop on the mic, Kurupt comes and take away your breath.
I always wondered, man, how did the death of your child's mother affect you, Natina?
Oh, yeah, that was a hurt piece. You know, watching my son, he's just such a tough guy. You know, he don't want to show his emotions and all that, but you can tell inside that really, really cracked him. But it also cracked me, too, because that was a very good friend. Me and Lisa basically was a part of raising her. You know,
Left Eye?
Yeah, Lisa had a rest in peace to Lisa Left Eye Lopez. She had her the whole time. Then when I came in, Lisa brought me in to live at Stone Mountain and post there with her out there with Sky and all our artists and helped me get on my feet in Atlanta. So, you know, and that's when I met Natina. She was just a kid. She had to be like, 14, 15. And, you know, we would bust together and all the rest of that. You know, I was part of that Kurupt grooming. And I'd be just keep her seasoned on the mic and we had fun together. And that's where I would be, between Atlanta, Philly. You know, so I watched her grow. And then when she became of age, you know, it got a little bit more serious for us. So it was something more than just being in a relationship. We had a life together, you know what I'm saying? A history. And that's why God blessed us with Trend. You know what I mean? So, you know, yeah, I hurt a lot.
Is that something you ever get over?
I don't think you really get over it. Losing Natina was like losing my mama. Those are two things that you don't get over it. You just keep on trucking, and now it's a part of why you're pushing. Natina and my mama are now reasons of why I drink less. They're reasons of why, you know, I'm gonna do better as an artist on my next run. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna have my next run in this game now that I know how to. You know, I'm a little bit more respectful to the game, a little bit more wild, a lot wiser. You know, my respect level is totally there, and my mic is sensational. And I got a great company that believes in me. You know, HMG, Heritage Music Group, which is with Universal, and it feels good to be connected back into that main game. Because I can't do the independent. I got to have the full Monty, you know.
Full rollout.
I mean, I got to have the full rollout.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Javon Dawkins, who was the one who grabbed me up and was just like, you know, him and Frequency. Like, look, Kurupt, we believe in you. This thing's just got to switch up, though. Because with Latina and my mama, the function that really happened with me was I started drinking extra drinking.
Probably was depressed, though.
Totally.
Yeah.
And angry. What am I angry about? See, that's the whole thing to it. And there was nobody I would listen to. Dog is who I listen to, but I don't want to hear Dog because I'm going to listen to him. I don't want to listen. I want to just be in this funk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then it feels good to be back on a positive mind, and that's what I use as my inspiration.
What made you snap out of the funk?
You wake up one day and you just look at the beautiful things around you, like Trend. I looked at Trend, and I was like, wow, you know, I got to do it for him. Tina, I listened to some good music, some James Cleveland, you know. I listened to, you know, I talked to Snoop, of course.
Smoke that goddamn moon rock.
Oh, man, I smoked on some of that. You understand
You
me?
ain't bringing no moon rock? We gotta talk about moon rock in a second.
I don't want no damn moon rock.
I mean, you
Snoop
know.
told me to never, ever smoke moon.
Why? What happened?
I mean, you know.
You got your cannabis line moon rock.
I mean, yes, sir. You know, it's something good for you, man. It make you feel better.
I ain't smoking no moon
If
rock.
Snoop say don't smoke it,
Snoop
that's
say don't
it.
smoke it, I ain't smoking it, man.
Snoop smoked it, but you know, it hit him so hard. He said, "Yeah, no more moon rock for dog." That's why I got my new line. So I got moon rocks here. It's number one in the industry period of marijuana. It's really nothing you can do to mess around with this moon rock. It gets you where you need to go in a blast. Now I got a new line that's good for Snoop to smoke because it's just strictly Kush. It's called Gotti's Gold. So now I can satisfy the Snoopies who don't want the infused
What the hell is
hash.
in moon rock?
Yeah, well, you know, we got some like seasoning in it. You know how you make, you know, your chicken and your steak. You got to season it, right? So I got to season this thing.
That's what we used to
right?
call cocaine, man. Put a little seasoning on the blunt with the weed.
You know, it's similar, but it's not. I'm just saying, though. You know,
I ain't messing no moon
I
rock,
mean, I'm
man.
just saying. It's just like hip hop's legalized dope game. You know what I'm saying? Moon rock is, you know, no cocaine, but it gets you high like you hit some cocaine. You know what I'm saying?
Is it a sativa?
It is a sativa.
Oh, no, I can't do that. That make my anxiety go through the roof.
Oh, well, you see, we got the two. We got the moon rock that's a sativa base, and we got the one that's a Kush base. And then we infuse it with hash oil. That's the infusion right there.
Mm-hmm.
So you ain't got to put hash in it if you like hash. And then we batter it up like chicken with the flour. We batter it up in keef. And that's what gives it its powdery glow. And then we tried it out with the community, and people just loved it.
It sounds delicious.
Yeah.
The way you describe it.
Yeah.
Were you the connection between Left Eye and Death Row?
No, she did that on her own.
Okay.
But definitely Lisa was one of the connections to me going back to Death Row.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. You know, Lisa was over there, and I had a nice, good long talk with Suge. You know, I said, you know, you ready to change this game? You ready to do some real music and all the rest of that? Because I'm gonna give up everything that's cracking over here to be an executive and to work on projects like Lisa. You know what I'm saying? And eventually maybe put out my own record through here as well.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was in, so that's when I made that transition to go over there and work on Lisa's album and eventually mine's and Crooked Eye, Eastwood. So, yeah.
Did everybody got a Pac story? Everybody got a Pac story. What's yours?
Oh man, I have so many.
Tell us a good one
I
that
remember.
we haven't heard already.
I remember when he first got home. Dad called me, said Pac's home. And I was like, oh, he is. And this is what lets me know the influence of New York, because he came, I mean, when I went to the studio to see him, first thing he said when he saw me was Kurupt. And he just said, New York, New York. Man, that saved my life in the joint. He said, that's all I would listen to was New York, New York. Forget these people. I was like, oh, man, okay, all right. So he said that was his inspiration, the fire. He was so mad, so mad. Then right after that, I told him, Pac, I'm rolling with you. Treat me like I'm one of your outlaws. You know what I'm saying? If there's any time you see me out of pocket, let me know. Tap me on that shoulder. Tell me to chill. I listen to you like that. He said, I got you. And we go to Cabo, and I was out of pocket, beating my Hennessy bottle on the table because it was the Danny Boy video shoot, I think it was. And we really didn't like that Danny Boy at that time. We was about Nate Dogg. Danny Boy was a singer. That's who's on I Ain't Mad at You. And he said, stop beating on he told me to stop hitting my Hennessy bottle on the chair. Mm-hmm. I'm like, who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? You new around here, man. Don't talk to me. Of course I was hammered. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, he got so mad.
I heard about that.
What? No. I'll take you upstairs right now, whoop your ass, and bring you back downstairs and we smoke a blunt. I said, oh, man, this boy's nuts. Nate come over. I don't know why people think people gonna fight and still be friends. Here come Daz. I'll fight you now. Come on over here. Come on over here, cuz. Pac said, oh, man, I can't go nowhere without my outlaw. And he just stopped off. I said, oh, my God. I can't lie, though. My heart was really racing. Because he's a wild cat.
You didn't really want to fight him.
I mean, I don't really want to fight nobody. You know what I'm saying? But, you got to get down. You got to get down. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But he's a wild cat, man.
Y'all got cool after that, though.
No, he died after that.
Oh, yeah, no. Damn.
Yeah.
He died after that. You know what I'm saying?
So he died with the beef with the whole dog pound then. Him and Snoop still had a dog issue.
Him and Snoop. Snoop went to see him at the hospital when he was down. I think he was able to look at Snoop. Snoop was able to say something to him before he passed away. But yeah, right after Cabo came the New York trip. After the New York trip came Vegas. It was over.
Damn.
Right. That's why you gotta be careful, man. You never know what tomorrow can bring. People be here and then they be gone. You know what I'm saying? And it be the least expected person. You know what I'm saying? The one you least expect. As you can see nowadays, it's hitting so close to home. I mean, y'all felt it when Pun was gone. Who would ever expect that? Mm-hmm. Pun just got started.
Right.
So who would ever expect that? You know what I'm saying? So, you just gotta be careful and, keep things solid as you can, man. Because this thing ain't forever.
All right. Well, there you have it.
Yeah, man.
Kurupt, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
I
wanted to ask who really did the beats, Daz or Dre? But I don't know if you're gonna answer
both.
That. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Ain't No Fun. Daz did the beat to Ain't No Fun. Mm-hmm. And then Dr. Dre takes it and he throws that magic on it. So Daz did the drums and that bass line. And then Dr. Dre added the he added all that music and keys to Daz's drums and bass line. And that's normally how it is. Daz made I Ain't Mad at You. Daz made Ambitions of a Rider. Daz made I Got My Mind Made Up. That was actually for the Dog Pound album. I went and picked up Redman and Meth and Inspector Deck from the hotel. Rage was already at Daz's house. And then I rolled them on over to Daz's house, and we were making that for the Dog Pound album. The original person on it was Rage. And then, of course, Daz, with his lazy self, he loses the files. And we making dog food. I'm like, we got to get this record. Man, Rage already put a rap on one of her records. We don't need that record. We can do that. As soon as Pac gets home, he finds it. I said, you dirty dog, you lazy, dirty dog. And we give it to Pac. Inspector Deck is on the original one.
Oh, at the end it says INS the Rebel, and then cuts
INS
off.
the Rebel.
Yeah.
Turn mind states to pebble. Mental terrorist, specialist at this. Menacing lyricist leaves crews defenseless.
Why y'all cut him off the record?
Oh man, Tupac was on fire.
I get it. I understand.
Beat is over. Okay, just take him off.
Damn it.
Wait, but it sound tight, Pac. I mean, I don't want to hear all that tight stuff, man. Take that off. So Daz kind of threw a little slickness on him and he took him off, but he kept his backgrounds.
Yeah.
Sis, fenceless. Daz was like, man, we're going to keep some of this stuff.
Wow.
It's tight, man. Give it up for Inspector.
Hey,
Phenomenal
You know what I'm
lyricist.
saying? Pac didn't hear it until the record was out. He ain't noticed none of that at the end. So he didn't care. He was just being mean. You know what I'm saying?
Goodness.
When we getting a new Kurupt project?
Oh, man, I'm working on it right now as we speak. You know what I'm saying? With my HMG family. I mean, this is a great thing, man. You know, the love I'm receiving is epic, man. I got a lot of new features, fresh features on there, you know, that people really going to enjoy, you know what I'm saying? And also, you know, when y'all come out to California, let me lace y'all chucks with some of these moons.
I ain't mess with the moon.
I'll do
You
the
scared
indica.
me, man.
I'll do the kush. The
Yeah, I do
indica.
the
Okay,
Kush
I'll
thing.
get you the
I ain't-
Gotti Gold then. You know,
I do the
lace
Gotti
your
Gold,
chucks, make it help you feel great about yourself, about life. I know you feel that way already, but you know, hey, you know, sometimes you wake up in the morning, little wake and bake, and oh my goodness, oh, what a great day. You never know what happened.
Now you are a lyricist, so I mean I have to ask as a DJ if you feel like throwing some bars out there, you know, just in case the young boys say who, you know, I want to hear some bars or something.
I'm always with, you know, spilling, but, you know, right now, I'm just going to chillax and save the game. You dig? Hello.
It's Kurupt. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.